All right, welcome in everybody. So, we're going to start. We're going to keep going with what we were doing. And as people trinkle blah, 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 blah. I promise I can speak English. As people begin to show up, as we continue to stay live, we'll start giving some updates of some new things that we've got going on over here. All right. So, in the meantime, let's go.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission.
Open your eyes, man! This Grey Warden is on a quest to find your paragon! Do I have to take your stinking head off?
Okay. Cool. Thank you for doing that. Very nice, very nice. All right. See, what I'm going to try to say is we have permission.
Ogren could have been Adesha for House Branca. I suppose he's the next best thing in both skill and arrogance. You may pass. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this line.
All right, thank you.
Best of luck with your quest, Warden. Orzammar needs a paragon now more than ever.
Woo! All right, so now we can hit this. And now we begin the adventure and journey that is the grinding of the deep roads. So, before we go to Carradin's Cross, we've actually got a few other things. Hold on, get the camera adjusted there. Alright, so we got a few other things that we're going to do, because Carradin's Cross is where we need to go, and then that'll open up further into the deep roads. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go to Iduken Tig, and because there's a couple things here that we need to pick up that have quests in Carradin's Cross. But if you go to Carradin's Cross first, then they're going to send you back to the Iduken Tig to get these same exact things and then go back into Carradin's Cross. So if you just go to Iduken Tig first, it prevents the whole having to go back and forth, which cuts down on some of the grindiness of this area. One second, everyone. Be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. Just checking on the chatbot issue over on the YouTube. For whatever reason, some of the links aren't showing up. Can't figure it out, so I figure we'll go back to it later. After stream. Oh yeah, we should probably summon our spider. Alright, so there should be right around one of these little areas, like those little like tucked in areas, there should be like a bloody sack. It belongs to a quest line for a demon.
It appears we will need to fight the Blight one at a time. Delighted.
Wow, I didn't know you had a spider on command. Part of the, if you go with the rogue class and then you specialize as a ranger, you start out being able to summon a wolf, and then it gets upgraded to a bear, and then the bear gets upgraded to a spider. You can still summon the other ones whenever you want, but the spider is the strongest of them. But it is a show you. So the if you look at the symbols in the middle there, you got the start at the top with the elf through the vines. So that's the race of the elf, the one with the green tattoo looking eyes. That is Dalish elf. The one below that with the hood and the quiver over their shoulder, that would be a archer. So that's the rogue class symbol. And the one below that with the animal and the human, that's the specialization symbol for the ranger. And once you get that, you get this unique line right here. So you got the bear, spider, and then the final one at level 12 is you can summon them all, but you summon like unique variations of them that are significantly more powerful, which we'll get there at level 12 and I'll show you what those look like. But yeah, it's the only way to be able to do that. Now, there is another option that's similar. It's not the same, but it is similar, and it's Morgan is a shapeshifter. So you have to be a rogue. I mean, sorry, a mage. You have to be a mage, and then you specialize as a shapeshifter, and you can turn yourself into, you know, Morgan. You can go with turning yourself into a spider, a bear, or a flying swarm. So you can turn yourself into those things if you're a mage and a shapeshifter. Alright, so here's the small bloody sack. Bag of limbs. Make sure you grab those up.
As you desire. Of course. Delighted. All right. Of course. And so I shall. Of course.
There we go.
All right. Of course.
Why do they bother?
As you desire. And so I shall. Delighted. And so I shall. All right. Of course. Of course. All right. And so I shall. Delighted. Of course. All right. As you desire. And so I shall. All right. Delighted. Of course. As you desire. And so I shall. All right. Of course. And so I shall.
What's this?
I will say that this version of the Deep Stalkers, those little raptor-looking things that we were just fighting, are my favorite. Because in this game, if you got your characters build just right, you could do the Diablo effect, right? You go into a room of them and you just like do a couple quick attacks, and then the room is just dead. It was fantastic. But as they progressed to 2 and 3, they made them where you couldn't just mass drop them like that. However, you could still... They're still relatively easy in the other games to beat, which is nice, because they're supposed to be. I just wish they would have kept that. This is the one enemy in the entire game that if you happen to run up on in a group, it might be scary, but they die super easy. It's really cool. Because that's a satisfying feeling when you just walk into a room full of enemies and just like everything's dead within seconds.
It cannot be.
Insufficient skill. Alright, let's make sure none of the doors work. So, if you play the Dwarf Noble storyline, this is the Idukan Tig, which is your ancestors' Tig. And this room right here, which we can't access, is where your character would go and discover the Idukan shield. So, if for some of you this looks familiar, that's why. Oh, right.
What shall we do here?
Fight?
So I shall.
Oh, why is that even a question? We can invite them to tea, but I don't think they're up for much conversation. The question was, what do we do? Is there another acceptable answer there?
All done. As you desire, and so I shall. Of course. All right. As you desire.
It's a good day.
What shall we do here? All right. As you desire. And so I shall. All right.
As you wish.
Okay, let's go, go, go.
Another creature ahead. As you desire. All right, and so I shall. Of course.
Man, I love fighting those things. And there's a couple areas where they're actually even easier than that, where one-hit kills on almost all of them. Yeah, let's not do that one. Let's go this way first. Because I know where this goes to, at least.
As you desire. Of course, delighted, and so I shall. All right, as you desire. Delighted, and so I shall. As you desire, and so I shall. Delighted. And so I shall. And so I shall. Of course, delighted, and so I shall. Now, all we need are a few pretties and a bit of music. Of course. As you desire. All right. And so I shall.
I just like a trophy.
There we go. Knocked him down. Come on over here.
I have finished.
Alright, so this way goes back into the original room where we found the bloody bag, which is right over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down and backtrack now so we can continue to clear out the rest of the sections. All right. Is that Scareborne? It is Scareborne.
So I shall. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. Right. As you desire.
Alright, let's check this. Alright, so this way looks like it's supposed to be a dead end, so let's go clear it to make sure. Yeah! It's been a while. I've been back for about a week now. So, yep. And we're streaming both on YouTube and Twitch now, simultaneously. So, that's the other new update. And yesterday I spent most of the evening and actually spent about 10 hours redoing the merchandise stores and setting up the chat bots on the YouTube. So that's what I've been working on. So we got a new store and we've got the chat bot with some commands that work. from Twitch over there as well. Oh, come on. Ogren, where are you, bud? Right, I haven't changed Ogren's equipment out. That's me. That's my bad. I forgot to give you the sword.
I shall do it.
All over now.
Alright. Before any more spawn, let's remember to actually hook up Ogren. No, you're not strong enough. Oh, dang. That's rough, bud. Yeah. That sucks.
I await your command.
Never mind. Here we go. He doesn't have enough strength to wear it.
All done.
We'll have to see what his stats look like when we go ahead and when he gets his first level up that he'll get with us. Be able to see how much more fixing we have to do. Okay. That covers everywhere. Now we can go ahead and get out of here and go to Carradin's Cross. And we already have the limbs. Take this route out. All right. Such a long walk. I'm so glad that like they gave us mounts in the later game in Inquisition. I really hope that they do that again and give us mounts or some sort of way to traverse the terrain, like so we can still explore, but give me a way to do it quickly, please. Woo! All right, Harridan's Cross.
Harridan's Cross. I can't believe Harrowmont actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
Did I see the trailer for the new Dragon Age? Yes, I did. I did. I did indeed. I'm gonna hold out reservation, like making an actual decision on it until I play it thoroughly. But I definitely for sure am gonna pre-order it as soon as it's available for pre-order, and I'm also for sure gonna be playing it day one. So, regardless of how I end up feeling about it, it will be being showcased day one release on my channel. Either way, but there's some things that I'm excited about, and there's some things that I'm a little concerned about. But we'll see how it all comes together, because Dragon Age so far is one of the few series that have not completely disappointed its fan base. All right, let's see here. So, you know where to go from here?
Branka dug up some maps of the ancient empire. It's a little tough to tell with so much of it collapsed now, but near as I can figure, we're on the right path to Orton Tig.
Alright, great, let's go.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that continues as well. There are a couple things that I'm concerned about though. Like, there's 7 companions, and they're supposed to quote unquote be the heart and soul of the game. But they're lowering the party size from me being able to run around with 3 other companions to only 2. And you're giving me 7 to choose from. Do you know how many playthroughs I'm going to have to do just to have every single combination of those 2 people talking to each other, to be able to hear each dialogue options, to know which is the best story arcs? Like, 4 is a good number, right? You have your magic support class, right? The buff, the heals, the debuffs, right? You got your tank, right? The one who gets the attention, can soak up damage. And then you have 2 DPS of your choosing. That's the perfect RPG party. Why are you changing the math on that? Don't change the math. The math is the math because it's always been the math, because it was figured out long before video games. Back when D&D was being created, that was the perfect number for an adventuring party. So that's a deep concern of mine right there. Because like the other thing was, is Inquisition, there were some fights where you genuinely needed your entire party If you didn't have your entire party, there was a solid chance you weren't going to survive, you know? So, did you make the game easier to accommodate for the fact that you're taking away a companion? Or is that just how you're going to make the game more challenging, is you're just going to put the player at a disability there? Like, that's a serious concern of mine. But again, I'm still going to pre-order the game. I'm still going to play it on day one release because I am a Dragon Age fan. And I couldn't call myself a Dragon Age fan if I didn't give it a solid shot and look through everything and get my own first-hand experience to form my own opinion on it. So that's what we will be doing here, though. But it's things like that it's core decision changes that I'm just... There's a tradition here that works that everyone is happy with. Why are you fixing what isn't broken? Fix the other broken things first, please. Like, I really hope they don't do what they did in Inquisition, where you could get about halfway through the content and be max level. It's like, don't give me a level cap then. Or slow down the rate of my experience. One of the two. I want to be around the end of the game when I am at max level.
Well, look what we have here. A couple of Harriman's little lackeys. Let's show him who's king.
All the noise is up.
Okay, bud.
All right. Of course. And so I shall. And so I shall. All right. As you decide. Of course. And so I shall. All right. As you decide. Blast it all now.
Now we get our hands dirty.
Let's see. Man, she is getting out of all of the debuffs that I am trying to send her away. I was trying to like knock her down or pin her by a short little window there. Woo! Alright. Bring the spider back out. New Call of Duty looked good, but I don't really play those.
At me once again.
Hold on.
Did I say that out loud?
So, the Call of Duty World War II, the last World War II game they actually did, was the last Call of Duty game that I played. And the reason was the last one was because I have been playing them since old school original Call of Duty games. And they started out with great campaigns, great stories, cool gameplay, and then as the community grew and the games evolved, it became this just big... There's this brief little dash of a campaign, but the primary focus became the Battle Royale online. And that's fine. That's great. You do you. And then they had this class system that they made in World War II. Where it was like, they started linking the perks to the classes, and if you wanted the perks, you had to upgrade those classes. And the only way to upgrade those classes was to play the classes. Like, if you wanted Infinite Sprint, you had to play as a Paratrooper class, and then get the Paratrooper class up to a certain level to unlock that perk. And it was fantastic. And it gave you unique outfits, a unique... every class had its own unique reward tree line, and it was really, really, really cool. And then they introduced new classes, and I was like, okay, cool, and they came with their own unique stuff, and that was fantastic. And then they just abruptly went, yeah, there's no more classes anymore, and everybody can have access to everything just like the previous games that we've made. We're going back to that. And it was very abrupt. And it was just like, whoa, you're not going to like ease us back into that? No, you're just going to do it? Okay. And when they did that, I felt like all the progress that everyone had made that I played with, myself included, because like I know because I had a little group of friends that we played with online, we felt betrayed. It was like we took the time, effort, and energy to grind out those levels, to get those rewards and perks, to be able to play the way we wanted to play. We put that work in, and now you're telling me that everyone's just going to get it for free. Man, that sucks. I wish I had known that ahead of time before I'd invested those hours, you know? We weren't mad about them giving it to everybody. It's just let me know ahead of time before I choose to invest that much time, you know? Then if I choose to do it at that point, that's up to me. But I invested something because I thought it was the only way to get it, and I wanted to earn it. And then they gave it to everybody and made the work pointless. And it was just like, so if I had just been lazy and patient, they would have given it to me anyways. Oh, okay. Raj. And I'm not a big fan of Battle Royale games to start with. So after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to ever come back to Call of Duty. Not unless somebody tells me that they have made like the most amazing campaign ever. That actually is a decent length. And until that happens, I'll probably never go back to Call of Duty again. But you know what military shooting game that I want to see them actually continue or do a new one of, or a remake of, is Bad Company. I believe it's Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2. Like, continue that storyline, please, or just remake the entire storyline. But those games, those Bad Company games, were so freaking awesome. Those were probably some of my favorite shooting military games. And then another one is the Fear series, but that's more of like supernatural military shooters. But that was a really cool series too. That I would like them to. I want them to just remake those all three of those. They don't even have to change nothing. Just remake them with modern engines. I played Cold War campaign, but that's about it. Yep. Alright, so we just got another.
I have done it.
I think that was the torso we picked up. It's either the torso or the head. But we picked up another bloody bag. So we got one more piece to find. And when we get that final piece, we get to summon a demon.
Be on your guard.
And so I shall. All right. Of course. All right. Of course. All right.
Now, I was reading some rumors. I don't know if they're true or not. And I've only seen them once from one source. I haven't seen it from other sources yet. So I'm still on the fence on whether to get my hopes up or not. But the rumor that I saw the other day was that apparently there's discussions about doing a remaster of Dragon Age Origins. And if that's true, I just really hope that they do one thing. They just gotta do one thing. Update the combat system, please. Give us the combat system from 2 or 3. But get rid of this combat system if you update this game. If you don't change the combat system, don't update the game, please. Leave it alone. Alright, so let's see where we're at. Okay.
What shall we do here? And so I shall.
Ah.
Of course, as you desire. All right, so I As you desire.
Aha! What to do?
Delighted.
I love the fact that they can't
All right.
adjust, like aim the ballistas. So if they're shooting over your heads, they're just shooting over your heads. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
Of course.
Hey now!
As you desire.
Aha! What to do?
And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire.
Oh, auguring down.
Aha! Here we go!
Ooh.
Direct me!
All right.
Off we go to combat!
And so I shall. As you desire.
Ha!
See there? That's a trap.
Ha ha!
All right, get up, Ogren.
That was a close one.
Close one. What do you mean close one? You went down. Nothing close about that. Alright, did we get all the loot? We got all the looty loot.
I would watch out were I you. See there? That's a trap.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
All right. Delighted. Of course. All right. And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire.
He's like so condescending when he does it. You see that? That's a trap. Alright. Did you guys come out of your hidey hole yet? No? Okay, fine. I guess we gotta go get you. Stop running! Holy crap, man. Who are you fighting? My spider? How did my spider end up way the hell down here by her spider?
So I shall.
That was a weird issue.
So I shall.
Not sure how the spider ended up by themselves so far ahead of everybody.
As you desire. All right. Delighted.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Twitch kind of sucked without you. Well,
So I
thank
shall.
you.
Of course. As you desire.
Yeah,
All right.
and hopefully we can stay back. It'll just
Delighted. Of course.
depend on what life has in store in the future. But currently, the intent is to stay. Alright, so...
Sadly not.
Alright, so we gotta wait for that level that cooldown. We'll level up Morrigan. Arcane Mastery. Alright. So we know we gotta go that way, so let's not go that way. Let's go this way.
I'm sensing
Ooh,
a
look.
dark spawn.
Brontos.
Exact.
Woo!
And so I shall. And so I shall.
I will say that Ogren, if they don't bring Ogren back in this next game, I'm gonna call that a seriously missed opportunity there. Ogren and Fenris. If they don't bring those two back, that's gonna be some really badly missed opportunities. Because Ogren is a Grey Warden in post-game DLC, and Fenris was the elven Teventer slave who with the lyrium imbued skin from the second game, who was pretty pissed off at mages and wanted to go back to Teventer. So maybe they should bring those characters back. What does this go to? Yes! So, didn't open the new thing, so that we know we're still in the correct areas. So the other one should be down this way. And this should put us there. Alright. So let's go down this way. And verify.
Are we in a hurry?
Why is shale stone aura? Man, I totally forgot it does that. Yeah, we'll do that one.
What shall we do?
I have to turn that off.
This I could have done back in the village square.
Okay. Let's see, where are we at now? Well, we can verify that right out the gate. So let's just go ahead and go up there. Is it this way? Yep, it's this way. If Shale was stuck up there in that form, then that means that was our entry point. So this carrying all the way up and exiting out over there tells us that this is a incorrect path. So therefore we can go ahead and clear it real quick.
It appears we need to fight the fight one at a time.
Woo!
All right, delighted, and so I shall. As you desire. Delighted, all right, of course, and so I shall. Of course, delighted, all right, as you desire. And so I shall.
No. I want this fractured stone first. He can wait.
Delighted, of course.
No, wrong button.
And so I shall. All right, delighted, as you desire, and so I shall. Of course. All right, delighted, and so I shall.
Ooh, an
Of course,
ogre.
as you desire. Of course. All right.
Very nice, very nice. Loot, loot, loot. And there we go. Oh, almost forgot the rocks. Go and clear the little camp area.
Complete. I have finished.
Loot. All right. And there we go. Now we can cross the bridge. Fight everything over there.
I would watch out where I you.
Slay them all!
I would watch out where I you. As you desire, and so I shall. Of course, delighted. All right, and so I shall. As you desire, and so I shall. Delighted. Of course, delighted. And so I shall. As you desire. All right.
Have you played ESO any? I haven't played in over a year, but I do miss. No, I have not played ESO since.
So I shall.
What was the name of that last one?
Delighted.
Necrom? Since Necrom.
So I shall. Delighted.
When Necrom came out, that was the last time I played it.
And so I shall. Delighted. Of course. And so I shall.
And now I'm just like, I'm so far behind, and then they got this
So I shall.
Golden Road coming out. I'm just like, man.
And so I shall.
Wow, both the warriors died. Okay, cool.
So I shall. Of course. As you desire.
Let's get a spider going out here so we can at least have a... Some
See there?
people...
That's a trap. And so I shall. All right.
This dude is so condescending.
Of course. All right. As you desire. Delighted. And so I shall. As you desire. All right. Delighted. All right. As you desire. And so I shall.
Oh, you dick. You dick. Oh, man.
I see. So be it. I shall do it. As you wish. Very well. So be it. As you wish. I see. I shall do it. You're drooling and save some dignity, fool. So be it. Very well. You will learn to fear me. So be it. As you wish.
Oh, come on, Morgan. You got this.
Very well. I shall do it. So be it. As you wish. I see. Very well. So be it. I shall do it. I see.
Man, that sucked. The entire party got wiped. I have to, like, reset your skills, dear, because if I'm gonna be playing as you... Goodness gracious. Alright, so what do we got here? We got Drain Life. That's a decent tail. We're gonna go ahead and take this one. Put that there, and we're gonna take this one, and we're gonna put that one there, and we're gonna take this, and do that. Okay. You need to heal your injury kit. Yep. And your sustains. That needs to go back on. Why is Ogren down again?
Let's finish this.
Well, Ogren's still down, so I'm guessing there's got to be some sort of combat back there that we're missing.
All over. Now.
Love how we're still in combat, but there's no no enemies showing up yet.
And so I shall.
Ah,
As you
there you
desire.
are.
Delighted. Of course. All right. Of course. Delighted. And so I shall. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. Of course. Now this is more like.
Is this my favorite series or Mass Effect? Huh. Is this my favorite series or Mass Effect?
All right.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question because so the Mass Effect, it fills a very specific role, right? It's a sci-fi space shooter. Okay? But Dragon Age is your medieval fantasy Dungeons and Dragons hack and slash. So like they are in very distinct different roles. And I get in the moods for both, and depending on what mood I'm in determines which one I'm more inclined to side with. Man, that is a... Huh. I really have to think on that one. I figured it would be. Me too. Probably give me an edge to Mass Effect, but just barely. So here's where... There's only... Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Whichever one comes up with a building system first, where I can actually like build my own freaking base, The very first one that does that's gonna win for me. Or let me decorate my house. You know, give me a room, give me a cabin, you know, on a ship. If you give me something that I can decorate or display trophies with, that game is going to get the advantage. But I think at this point for me, unless the next Dragon Age game sucks, which I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it's a really good game because I've been eagerly waiting for its release for a while. So, barring that, I still think they're going to be way too close for me because the lore in both are fantastic. It's well thought out. It's fleshed out. They have crossover. So, I mean, technically, could they be in the same universe? Yeah, they absolutely could be. Because what if Dragon Age is just pre-space Earth, pre-gunpowder Earth, right? So, what if this is the past and Mass Effect's the future? But it's same universe, same planet. Has anyone thought about that? Because Thetis isn't the name of the planet. Thetis is the name of the continent. So, like, that's another possibility there. So technically, are they in the different universes? Because, I mean, if you look at things like Ubisoft said that the Assassin's Creed universe is in the same universe as the Far Cry series. So, are they really separate games? Or is it just two different parts of the same story? Because we can look at our own human history and see where humans constantly change the meanings or words or names or how they choose to remember certain events. So, all of that stuff gets changed and lost. So could this just be what actually happened in the original Mass Effect's universe at the beginning of their time? Maybe. Is this just a planet that happens to be somewhere in the Mass Effect universe? Also maybe.
Don't look now, Darkspawn.
And so I shall.
Now, here's the other thing. Is even if the next Dragon Age game flops, right? Say it misses the mark. You know, that still puts Mass Effect and Dragon Age with a single loss each at that point. Because Mass Effect had Andromeda. And anyone who doesn't think that's a flop didn't pay attention to what the company was saying and doing when they came out with it. So, if the next game's a flop, it's still an even tie because their core trilogies, the Shepard trilogy, amazing. I cannot wait for the next Mass Effect game. I really hope they find a way to either bring Shepard back or make you play as like a child of Shepard and Liara or somebody, you know? Like, that would be fantastic. But if the next Dragon Age game flops, then that still is one flop per series, so they're still tied. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with whoever gives me a crafting or decorating system first. They're the ones that I'm going to give the win to. And we can't say Dragon Age already has it, technically, because no, the hell it doesn't. It gives you two cosmetic choices that don't do absolutely anything at all. And you can't actually... They're basically preset skins you're just choosing between. You're not actually being able to place things or decorate things. We are missing a glass flat... There it is. Now I got a lot to think about. Alright, let's fight this.
Delighted. So I shall. And you desire.
Because the other thing is like if you go back far enough in even the Dragon Age history, the core of it back with like the little codex entries you can find throughout the game series as well as the books, there are what are known as the primal races. And the primal races are the elves and the dwarves. And even they document that humans came to the land of where they were located, right? Like, they came after the fact from somewhere else. So where did they come from? Was it one of the ships in Mass Effect that maybe crashed on a planet and the crew survived and just had to settle there? Is that how that happened? Maybe. It's not like it hasn't happened in the Mass Effect universe already.
Do golems know any good jokes?
I know at least one. It is a drunken dwarf that travels with the Grey Warden, constantly belching and...
Ah, I mean a real one. You must have overheard at least one or two standing there as you did for years and years.
There was a human man who once started telling a joke to another as he relieved himself on my leg. I confess I didn't listen. I was too busy planning my revenge.
Eh? And what happened to him?
He disappeared during the fighting in Honleith. Tragic. Hit his head on a rock, I think.
Remind me not to fart anywhere near you.
Alright.
This looks like the right way out. More time tying. It won't be long now.
Well, let's go get the little marker and then we're gonna come back and hit that, those 2 tunnels, it looks like. Get the map marker. Now we can go back and clear these last 2 tunnels. Hey, you guys.
Watch out, where are you? The
Hey,
light.
bud.
All right.
Woo!
The light. All right. The light. And so I shall. Of course. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course. The light.
And there's the torso, and now we have all 3 pieces.
And so I shall. The light. Of course. A finer scene of carnage I have yet to see.
Disarm. Loot.
What shall we do here? As you desire, and so I shall. All right. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course, delighted. Why they bother? All right. As you desire. Of course. And so I
And if
shall.
I'm not mistaken,
All right.
if I remember correctly, there's some super fans that actually went through and took the map and all of the like environmental and geographical information that they have provided throughout the game series and the book series on Thetis, where the Dragon Age series takes place. And they have also concluded, they figured out, this group of guys figured out that Thetis is a continent, but it would be located in the southern, it's like southeastern hemisphere of a planet. So it's actually, they figured out where on the planet it's located too. So it's the southeastern hemisphere areas is where this continent would be located based on all of the geographical information that they have released throughout the series. It was like, wow, you guys actually did the work, and it tracks. That's so cool. So that's the other thing is, like, we also don't know what's on the rest of the continent. And I mean, continent, because there's actually portions of the continent of Thetis itself that are still unexplored. So we don't know what's on the rest of the continent. or how many other continents there are and what's on those. We do know that there was a race that the dwarves fought when they were at the height of their empire that basically like humbled them. They won, but it was the decline of their empire after that. And it was like they referred to them as like scale people because they were humanoid in stature in the way they walk and carry themselves, but they had scale like lizard scale like skin. That's briefly mentioned in one of the codex entries in the books as well. They don't go into great detail about that. That's one of those like little tiny pieces that happen to exist, but they haven't ever expanded or elaborated on it. So like that's another thing to take into account for let's get your, hold on one second. We got that. We need to get that up. Anyways, so there's a lot also that continues to happen throughout their history. Like the elves, every time like the things are going great for them, they decide they're gonna pick a fight and start a war with another faction, and they always get wiped out and enslaved as a result because they suck at fighting wars, which is why they lose every single war they've ever fought. And for some reason, every war they've ever fought, they started. Yeah, that's another fun piece of elven history, right? Like, the reason they keep getting enslaved is because when they're let out on their own, they pick wars with everybody around them. So, it's hard to feel sympathetic when you know their history. It's like, you're doing this to yourself. You realize this, right? And every time you do this and you lose and you get enslaved, a huge chunk of your history is just erased. Yep. Just forgotten knowledge and encounters with different types of races and beings and creatures and magics and technologies that have just vanished because you cannot stop picking fucking fights every time that you do not have slavery forced upon you. Just chill. So like that's another big part of the elven history, which is so significant because this is a primal race, one of the first and oldest races ever. And they don't know anything about their history because they can't stop picking fights. And then the Quinari from Palvalin, they came from somewhere. But because of their way their culture is, I'm hoping they expand on it in the next game. But we also don't know where they're from. We know they're from Palvalin. We know that's their capital to the north. But they settled there. That's not their homeland. So that's another fact that the game developers have thrown in the storylines here, is like, we also don't know where the Quinari actually originate from. We don't know what race they are. Are they an alien race who's just very martial? Like, think Predator without technology? Or are they legitimately like some sort of magic race that developed here because of whatever ancient magics exist that people keep forgetting about, you know? So there's a lot with Dragon Age and Mass Effect that it's just like, there's so many different potentials for it to actually cross over or be in the same exact universe and it still make actual sense with all of the lore that's established in both games' universes. It's kind of cool, in my opinion. And by the way, Thetis, which is the name of the land, right, wasn't intentional. If you spell that out, it's THEDAS. Thetis, right? You know what that is? The Dragon Age series. Legitimately, that's how it got its name, Thetis, was while they were developing it, they just put the Dragon Age series and put the initials for Dragon Age series, so it was DAS right after the word the. And they were just like, we don't have a name for the continent. They're like, we'll just call it that. And it became Thetis. So that's actually how it got its name. Was they didn't have a name, so they just used the Dragon Age series initials, and there you go. All right, let's get caught up on chat here. Sorry. All right. Hey Sean, how's it going? Scareborne, did you see the reveal trailer? It's worrying. It is. Well, they have some good things that I'm looking forward to, and they have some things that I'm concerned about for sure. Here's what I will say, Sean. I am going to pre-order it as soon as it's available, and I am going to play it on here regardless of what anybody's reviews or anything says, because I am a Dragon Age fan. So I will play it so that I can find out for myself, because I've been playing them since the beginning. I've read majority of their books. Like, I know quite a bit about their lore because it's so good. So we will still play it here on day one release on this channel, for sure. But yes, I am with you. There are some concerning issues that I take with some of the information they've released, as well as the trailer. The essence, like, hey, Sarah Bear, and just hope. We'll see. They're messing with formulas that they're messing with things that are part of RPGs' identities since before video games. And that's the part that I'm primarily concerned with. Like, you're messing with the size of the party. Don't do that. You know, you don't mess with party dynamics in RPGs. Dungeons and Dragons have figured out all of the trial and error and what works best, what's the hardest, what's the easiest. Like, they've done it all. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just do what is proven to work that everyone is already familiar with, right? The 4-party system is the perfect system. Unless you give us something that is an equalizing factor like guns, you need a 4-party system.
By the tits of my ancestors, Warton Tig. I never thought I'd see this place in the flesh. I can see Bronca all over this place. She always took chips from the walls at regular intervals when she was in a new tunnel. Checked their composition. If she was still here, though, she'd have sentries out by now.
Alright, let's get going.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And I like the fact that with romance, some NPCs don't swing that way, and now they're gonna make Yeah. Like, I want video game developers to really learn from the Dragon Age series how to properly romance, like the original trilogy, okay? How you properly create romances in video games. You have to have the character that can be romanced by everybody, right? You have to have the character that can only be romanced by specific races or specific genders. You know, you have to have those things. You have to have the choices, right? The choices are the key part there. You can't just go, everyone's the same. Because that's not how people work. That's not how sentient creatures work. People and sentient creatures are unique individuals. Or else you would just have a hive mind, okay? So you need to have all of the choices represented, absolutely, yes. But you need to have them as distinct choices. So that way it allows the player to take their immersive role-playing of their character through their storyline that much further and get that much more invested in your story. You need to have all the choices represented 100%, but they need to be distinct in their own right, with their own story arcs, with their own challenges that you have to meet as the player to watch them unfold. You need all of that, but it needs to be distinct. You can't just everyone can do it. That's not how it works. 100% agree. We're not all the same. They think everyone is bi these days. Yeah, it's, again, like, when you start just doing a blanket response for romancing in video games, you're losing the point of the romance. If you're going to do that, then don't even make it a romance, just make it a, here's my affinity with this person, this is how much they like me. If they like me this much, I get buffs. Great. That's all I need. But if you're gonna make it a romance, make it a proper romance. Make me work for it. Make me have a storyline that I have to get invested in, that I have to progress to feel like I actually earned it, you know? And then make it a rewarding, thoroughly fleshed out storyline. And do that for every single choice. Or don't put the romance in there to begin with. Do it right or don't do it at all. At least that's my opinion.
What is a good enough reason?
For which?
It said that my reason for learning Earth was not good enough. What reason would be?
I do not know. Tell me what it is and I shall decide.
It could simply decide any reason was insufficient then.
You find that maddening, do you?
It has a bird-like nature to its sadism, I'll give it that.
Good. Let us leave it that way.
Man. It's funny because Shale agrees with most of the things Morrigan does, but like they really do have a dislike for each other during the banter that they do back and forth. And I really hope that with them taking away an adventuring companion from the next game, so instead of 3 we'll have the 2, I really hope that doesn't take away from the banter that we're going to be able to have between the characters, because that's always been something that Dragon Age has done really, really well, which is the banter between the companions. They have some of the coolest little, like, short dialogue conversations ever, and some of the funniest ones, too.
Delighted, and so I shall. As you desire. Of course. Delighted, and so I shall. All right, and so I shall. Of course. Of course. As you desire. Delighted, and so I shall. All right. Of course. As you desire. Delighted. I see we've stopped to smell the flowers and adore the sunshine.
Okay, man, that was a little sarcasm out of nowhere there, bud.
All right. As you desire. Another creature ahead. All right. Delighted. And so I shall.
They'll avoid us if they know what's good for them.
All right. Delighted. All right.
Woo!
Father!
Let's get closer so you all can get in this fight, too.
As you desire. Of course. And so I shall. As you desire.
Nothing I've played in the last years compares with the banter in Dragon Age. That's fair. I'm trying to think if there's any other game that had some really good, solid banter that wasn't made by BioWare.
All right. As you desire. Delighted.
Army of Two, the second game. That one had some pretty solid banter, but that's really the only other game that I can think of that the companion banter is just as good, if not better at times, than some of the story dialogues. Like the story dialogues that you have to, like, the player's forced to experience repeatedly. Dragon Age and Mass Effect both, yeah, they're pretty solid in being able to, like, beat out story dialogue most of the time. I wish Dragon's Dogma... I wish their banter was better. That's what I wish. Instead of it just being them stating facts because they're pawns and they're supposed to be without emotion, right? Very robotic. Rather than them being that way, because some of them have clearly been they've clearly shown some pawns throughout the 2 games that have personalities. So rather than having them just state facts over and over and over again, very monotone, give them some personalities to their stories, their inclinations, their... You gotta have the sarcasm one. You gotta have the doomer, right? You gotta have the opportunist and the opportunistic. You also have to have the not opportunistic, the what are they called? Optimist. That's the word. Optimist. You know, you gotta have those different personalities just to have the comical dialogues that would naturally occur between those personalities. And that's part of the thing that Dragon Age and Mass Effect both understand, is the personalities themselves, just put them in the room together and you will have some entertaining moments. But you have to truly commit to making the personalities.
All right, delighted.
And I wish Dragon's Dogma would do that. Because they half-ass the personalities. Like, you can give them like, it's going to change their tone of voice, and it's going to change how aggressive they are to these things. But it's like, you're half-ass doing their personality, man. Just commit. Do the personality all the way. They do banter a bit in Dogma, from what I can recall, but it's a thing that makes me chuckle. Like, they have... The fact that they're able to say some of the things they say in monotone is entertaining, for sure. I just wish they would fully commit to the personality types. That would be ideal. What else do you got, a friend? Sustain to in its strength. Passive. Stunning blows. Yeah, well, we're going to take the stunning blows for sure. Alright. Let's... Ah, you can use it now. Alright. You're wearing heavy, so we're good on those. Alright, so let's see our map. So both of the routes we can take in the 2 tunnelways empty into the same room, but we're gonna take this back way over here because it's closer to one of our objectives. And it gives us a hard wall on this side, so we can't be ambushed.
And so I shall. Of course. All right. Of course. As you desire. Of course. And so I shall. All right. As you desire.
I see.
All right. Let's trigger these spiders. There we go.
I have done it.
Do 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 do. All right, and there's Ruck. And that chest over there has got the Orton Tig papers that we need. And then right around over there is where the demon's at. So, let's go get it all knocked out. Run! Orton Tig chest. So we got the records. Let's go chase Ruck so we can get attacked by these spiders.
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it.
And who are you?
You've come to take my claim, you surfaces are all alike. Thieving scoundrels. Well, I found it first.
Bah, he's a bloody scavenger. Good as sod and gone.
Begone, you! You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will. They'll crunch your bones.
Word has it you can only survive down here by eating the Darkspawn dead.
Do we get to see Mazikeen in this game? I wish they added Mazikeen in this game, because if Mazikeen, for those who don't know, Mazikeen is the demon from the TV show Lucifer. It's on Netflix. But if Mazikeen was actually in this game, that would mean Lucifer's in this game. And fun fact, if Lucifer, DC Lucifer, with Mazikeen is in this game, that means John Constantine should be in this game. And Constantine is a badass.
It burns when it goes down. It burns! It's my claim, not yours. Crunch your bones!
Does every creature have a death wish?
Delighted. All right, as you desire, and so I shall. So I shall. Delighted. All right, and so I shall. Of course, all right. And so I shall. Of course, and so I shall.
Ooh! Nice save, Ogren. Alright, so let's go deal with Little Ruck. Now, Ruck does have a unique item on him, so regardless of what you choose to do with him, you want to make sure you at least get the trade with him first.
Go away. This is mine. Only I gets to plunder its riches.
I just want to talk to you.
No talking. You leave my territory.
And we're gonna persuade.
You won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take his shiny worms or pretty rocks?
If it's valuable, I might trade you for it.
Oh, Ruck not mind that, maybe.
There you go. Do you have anything to trade?
Ruck has some things from the camp. Sometimes the webs. You give him shiny coins, no?
Alright, so. One of the things that you can get from Ruck that is unique and that is missable is this right here. So, this, the Legion armor that we can actually pick up, and we're going to pick up while we're out here, this is the shield to it. So if you want to use it on your tank, there is an actual matching shield. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up, because, again, it is missable. And... what is Viridium? Viridium is tier... we'll sell it. Okay, so what else? Destructionists, mages, nope, we're good. Don't need acid flasks. And it gives you a nice opportunity here to, like, clean up your inventory. Keep all of those for now. Alright. So now that you have that, you really don't need him anymore unless you want to just have a vendor. So if you want to be a jerk, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. What I would recommend is you do this.
You are back, not to take Ruck's claim, right?
I feel sorry for this guy. Oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
I met your mother. Is her name Filda? Remember the woman who was praying for her son, who said he went out with the warrior cast? He was so proud because he got to be the only smith to repair their armor. And he got separated and they came back and he was gone. So, he survived by eating Darkspawn, which drove him insane. And made him... Basically, it's corrupted him, and it's twisting his body, and it is killing him. And he'll just continue to deteriorate over time. But it was the only way he could survive. So, it is a pretty shitty situation.
No filter, no mother, no warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Ruck doesn't deserve good memories. No. She did not know, not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you. Gray like the stone, guardian against the darkness. No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot say that. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell.
Would you rather she think you're dead?
Yes. Tell the mother Ruck is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again. No, she can't know. That is why Ruck is here in the darkness with the scuttering and the shiny. She can't know.
Woo! Alright, so yeah, we're telling your mom, man.
Looks like that bone picker is living in Bronca's old camp. Did you see the marks on the floor? There are a lot of people and fires there once. I know she's not here anymore. She'd never have let something like that sleep in the same spot she did.
You know, you're not doing her any favors by saying those things there, bud. Alright, so now that we've dealt with that, which we gotta go back and tell her about it when we get back up topside, before going out that way and crossing the bridge, we're actually gonna come wrap around here, and those body parts we've been picking up in the bloody bags go over here.
Danger approaches.
As you desire.
Blocked.
Delighted. Of course. All right. And so I
There
shall.
we go.
As you desire. Of course. And so I shall. All right. Delighted. As you desire. Of course. Delighted. All right. Delighted. All right. As you desire. Of course. As you desire.
Okay. Stone golem. So right over here is a few things we can pick up. But this right here is where you put all of the body parts.
You have restored
And here's the
that
demon.
which was cut asunder, and revealed my hiding place. Speak your intention. Seek you vengeance or reward?
Here to support our boy, Terran No Game. Please bring the Grey Wardens to justice and avenge our king. Okay, because that's how all that went. Yep, you're absolutely right. For sure. Alright, so here's the deal with this monster. You can ask for the various different rewards. And they're okay. I think the only thing that's really worthwhile is the gold. And it's not even that much gold. So the reality is the best thing to do here is actually destroy this dude. You get pretty decent XP off of it.
My deception was convenience.
The spiders in this game freak me out. Spiders freak me out, period. I'm terrified of them ever since Afghanistan.
And so I shall.
Ah, dang. Sometimes there's a percentages with this guy. Sometimes he drops things, sometimes he doesn't. There's like a super rare drop where he can drop a unique armor piece, but the unique armor piece, by the time you finish Ozamar, is outclassed. So it's really just kill him for the experience points. Unless you're playing like a blood mage, it's just like, how many demons can I release in throughout Thratis? Because if you're doing that, you can release him, you can release Kitty, and you can release Sophia. And there's one more. Seduction Demon. Inside the tower is another one you can release.
Delighted, as you desire. All right, and so I shall. Of course, as you desire. All right, delighted.
Don't look now, but more enemies are ahead.
So I shall, as you desire. Delighted. All right, and so I shall. So I shall. Delighted, as you desire. All right, of course, delighted. Of course, all right, as you desire. Delighted. Of course. What a shame.
All right. Do. And there's that first bridge that we could have crossed over. So by doing it that way, you get the demon all in one shot, and then you get to come through, and you know that nothing's sneaking around behind you or encircling you.
All done.
All right. That's always fun, you know, when the big scary giant spiders are running away. It's always great signs, right? It means it's totally just gonna get safer.
All over for now.
Yeah, that's what that means. Oh, they lied and they ambushed us. Bastards. Oh! There's the magic user. He's a problem. No! Shit. Where the hell are you people? You guys just legit let me die. That was awesome.
So be it. I shall do it.
Well, that was exciting. It's the one thing I hate about the spiders in this one is that tackle move they do. Because it's like once they tackle you and they're on top of you, you just gotta hope somebody gets to you fast enough. Because you can't get out of it.
Delighted. All right, as you desire.
Oh no.
Of course, so I shall. Of course, all right, as you desire. Delighted. Of course, right, so I shall. As you desire. So I shall. Delighted. All right, as you desire. Of course, right, as you desire.
All right.
I cannot be defeated.
Well, that's fair. You're the one that has survived the last 2 times we've had people go down. Can we get our spider out yet? Nope. Definitely want to wait. make sure we can get the spider first. Do 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 do. Such a slow cooldown.
Yes.
And there we are. All right, let's go get this final fight, and then we can move on.
And so I shall.
Hey, Queenie, how's it going? Immediately, Raj.
Of course. So I shall. Of course. Delighted. And so I shall. As you desire. As you desire. All right. Delighted. And so I shall. All right. As you desire. So I shall.
She really doesn't like losing.
And so I shall. Delighted. So I shall.
Kill it quickly.
All right. As you desire. Delighted.
All right. There we go.
What a battle speeds our way.
Still no.
So I shall.
Okay.
All right. As you desire.
Your head will make
Is there more? No? Okay. Guess we got them all. Alright, so let's go get this fractured stone.
Complete. I have finished.
Alright, looks like someone's journal. The cover is battered and torn, but intact. As you leaf through the desiccated pages, the text catches your eye. We found evidence today the Anvil of the Void was not built in Orton Tig. We will go south to the dead trenches. The Anvil is somewhere beyond. My soldiers tell me that I am mad that the dead trenches are crawling with darkspawn. That we will surely die before we find the Anvil, if we find it. I leave this here in case they're right. If I die in the trenches, perhaps someone can yet walk past my corpse and retrieve the Anvil. For if it remains lost, so do we all. If I have not returned, Ogren yet lives, tell him... No, what I have to say should be for his ears alone. This is my farewell.
Bronco was thinking about me. I knew she still cared. Old softy. Looks like the dead trenches is our next stop then. They say the darkspawn nest there. Whole herds of them. But if that's where Bronco went, then that's where I'm going.
Sounds like a good deal, bud. Let's go. Woo! Alright. Save. Onward. The dead trenches. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. Another cutscene. Alright. Now, introducing one of the greatest military units ever introduced and brought to life in the Dragon Age series. I love these dudes. I always do everything I can to help out this faction. They are such a cool faction.
All right, of course, as you desire. Of course. And so I shall. All right. Delighted. And so I shall. All right, of course, as you desire. And so I shall. Delighted. All right, of course. Delighted. As you desire.
Come on, let's go, let's go.
So I shall. Delighted. All right. As you
Go, 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 go. Get the rest of these.
So I shall.
There it
Of
is.
course. All right. Delighted. As you
Get the spider yet.
As you desire. Delighted. All right. Of course. Delighted. As you desire. So I shall.
Alright, push the rest of the way. Go, go, go.
More darkspawn.
There we go.
Of course. Delighted. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. Delighted. Of course. Why do they bother? All right. As you desire. And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. As you desire. All right. Of course. Of course. All right. And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire. Of course. All right. And so I shall. As you desire.
Alright. That, in theory, should bring them across. So we can talk to them. Let's go grab this real quick. They're dwarves. They got short legs, so maybe they need a few minutes. Are you guys not coming? Where you at? You know you guys have to cross the bridge for me to give the formal introductions, right? Oh, did you guys just get the memo? Okay. Raj. Tracking. Let's level her up real quick. You need more constitution. Alright, so we're gonna go with... Let's go with Flame Blast, so that way we can also get the fire buff.
Delighted.
Alright. Formal introductions. Let's do it.
Well, Grey Warden, I'll give you credit for backbone. You dug a line through the spawn. Still no sense in your head, but you've got skill.
Tell me more about the Legion of the Dead.
We die in the eyes of our brothers so we can fight without fear. It offers redemption for the promise of the greatest sacrifice. That's all you need to know. To say more invites judgment, or worse, imitation.
So basically, these guys are a group of dwarves that once they enter the part of the ritual and ceremony of entering the Legion of the Dead is they have a funeral, and you are officially dead the moment you enter the Legion because you can't leave. Your life will be spent and ended fighting in service of the Legion. And the Legion, what they do is they go down into the deep roads where the Darkspawn are, and they are the people that are creating a safe line that stops the Darkspawn from encroaching onto the settlements. And they're also the force that the Dwarven kingdoms use to expand deeper into the deep roads so they can reclaim lost territory. So these dudes are essential. But again, once they enter the Legion, they're no longer anybody of influence ever again because you have to, quote-unquote, die to enter. And criminals get forced into here, sentenced into here. Exiles will wander their way in. People will volunteer. People will also take service of the Legion to wipe away debts or anything of that nature, or to protect family members. So there's various different reasons all these people are here. Some are voluntary, some are not. But they all have the same exact fate, which is they will die wearing the Legion colors. It'd be kind of cool if there was a way to see where one would fall with all the personality attributes and skills, like Bud. Yeah, maybe. It'd be interesting for sure. All right, so here's what we got to do. We got to do the blight. Tell them about the blight.
Right. The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here. Always pushing. Your nightmare is my everyday. Our resolve gives you a rest between blights. Surge on the surface would give us a break. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest.
Alright, what about the anvil, bud?
Like dusters, I've heard of respect. Never seen it. And if it exists, it wasn't meant for me. But if you're looking for paragons, you may as well look for the anvil. And endless lyrium.
Alright, I'm leaving.
Let us know if you find any paragons. You're as likely to find a dozen as one. And Warden, watch yourself. Drunks make poor allies.
That was the jab at Ogren. Alright, so now that we've dealt with all of that, now we can start collecting the armor of the Legion of the Dead.
Don't look now, Darkspawn.
And so I shall.
There's actually, so in the base game, there is one set of the Legion of the Dead armor. However, if you have the post-game DLC, you can actually end up with 2 sets of Legion of the Dead armor. That is one of those fun facts.
Delighted. Of course. All right. As you desire. Delighted. And so I shall. Of course. As you desire. Delighted. All right. Of course.
What's this?
And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire. And so I shall. All right. Of course. Delighted. And so I shall. Of course. All right. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. Of course. Delighted. As you desire. And so I shall.
Alright. Deal with you. Alright. So, before we go running off that way, what we need to do is we need to turn around and come back here. Because this doorway holds some special surprises for us. Like more bad guys! Woo!
So I shall. If you must. As you desire. All right. Delighted. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course. All right.
Alright. So once you get into here, start looting the sarcophagus. And eventually one of these... bad guys. Shocker. I know, right? It's not like video games use bad guys to tell us that we're going the right way or to protect important gear. They would never do that. There it is. Boots of the Legion. So there we go. We got the first piece of the armor, which we are totally given to homeboy Ogren. If he's strong enough. Let's see. He's actually not strong enough. Alright, so you need a 42. Raj. Alright. Cool, you can wear those. Shelled, are we still just dealing with chipped for you? Do we have anything decent yet for you? The answer is no! Of course not! We're still dealing with just chipped. Raj, Bloodline, what are you? Are you any good? You're excellent for a single-handed person. Alright, so I'll be right back, folks. We will continue the search for the rest of the Legion armor when we get back. I gotta let my dog outside real quick. She gotta go potty. So, we'll be back. Please stick around and enjoy the water dripping sounds from the caves. Alright, let's continue. Put my sound back in. Alright, let's get going. Ooh, sparklies. This door.
All right. You decide. So I shall. So I shall. All right. So I shall. As you desire. So I shall. All right. So I shall.
Go. Alright. Let's see. What do we got in here?
All right. I have done it.
Alright, so nothing for the Legion armor in here. Let's check the next room.
I would watch out were I you, as you desire. And so I shall. And so I shall. All right. Of course. As you desire. All right. As you desire.
Of course, you all split in two different directions.
Of course. And so I shall. All right. Of course. And so I shall. All right. Delighted. All right. And so I shall. Of course. Of course. Delighted. And so I shall.
Alright. There's the gloves of the Legion. So we got the gloves, the boots, and the shield. Missing the chest and helmet. If I remember correctly, the helmet's in a special room. I don't remember if the chest is in there too or not. I think the chest is in a area before it.
I'm sensing more dark spawn.
Ooh.
Right. So I shall. Delight as you desire. So I shall. Delight, of course, as you desire. So I shall.
Top is doing good. Oh,
As you desire. Minor scene of carnage I've yet to see!
Make sure you're looting everything, because there is a way to actually get the Legion of the Dead to be acknowledged as a noble house or a caste. But you gotta pick up a specific item, and I believe it's in a sarcophagus. It's like on the side,
Of course, all right.
on the on the side of the path while you're walking along. It's not like up on a wall or anything.
All right, as you desire. Of course, delight as you desire. All right, and so I shall. As you desire. All right. Delight, of course, as you desire. All right, and so I shall. Delight.
All right. All right, next room. We are going to back down this way. We're actually going to go this way first.
Here they come.
And so I shall. Of course. Delight. All right, as you desire. Of course. Delight. And so I shall. Of course. As you desire. Delight. As you desire.
Woo!
And so I shall. As you desire. Delight. All right. Of course. As you desire. All right. And so I shall. Delight. As you desire. All right. Of course. And so I shall.
Right, you get him, Spider.
All right. And so I shall. Delight. All right. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course. And so I shall. Delight. All right.
And there's the Ford Master. Go pinning shot. Break your armor. Build all this up. Alright. Got him. And we are gonna go with more constitution and more willpower. I'm gonna do this final one. Do this final one.
All done.
All right, let's see. Trash, 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 trash. 960, rapid aim, 2.5. So we're going to keep what we got. But the spear thrower is actually a decent backup. onto it for now. All right. Go right down in here. Alright, folks. So, here's what we're gonna do. I need to take a break. I may or may not be back. We'll see. But there's a few things here that I need to fix that I'm noticing that are beginning to bother me on this end of the stream. So, I gotta go and fix those things. So, we're gonna raid out. Please stick with me if you are on Twitch so we can raid. And if you guys haven't hit those follow or like or subscribe buttons, make sure you guys go do those on your respective platforms. And let's go see. Who are we gonna go see? Tar Heel. Let's go see some Tar Heel. Start raid! Thank you all for being here. You guys have been amazing. Keep an eye on those notifications, as I'm not sure when I'm going live next. We'll see how long this problem takes to fix. But we will be back. Thank you all for being here. You guys have been amazing.